Welcome to the Blacklist AFTERBUZZ After Show, Blacklist Redemption AFTERBUZZ After Show. Darn it. Season 1, Episode 2, Kevin Jensen. Let's get going.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey.
And I must confess. Oh, we got moves?
Welcome to I don't know what that was.
I think you knew exactly what
Sparing
that was.
of those of you on iTunes are spared from my dancing. At least it's not Flippo's dancing, because guess what? He's not here.
He sure ain't.
Shocker. I'm Joe Braswell. Welcome to the Blacklist Redemption AFTERBUZZ After Show. I'm joined as always by the lovely Julia Cearley.
Hi, everybody.
As always by Julia Cearley. She's always here, always in the building. Thank you so much, Julia.
Bit of a whirlwind today. Sorry about that.
Yeah. We're apologies for not having the show up on Friday of last week or Monday. Wait, when's the show?
Friday. Well, it airs on Thursday. We go live on
What's
Fridays. Today is Monday.
Okay. Sorry for not having the show up when it was supposed to air. I have no idea what day it is, but I'm glad to be here. Thank you guys for joining us live in the chat room. I mean, you found us still.
How did you find us?
I don't know.
We can't even find us.
We're a half hour late. We're on the wrong day. But thank you so much, Andrew Martin and Watson Keene and all you folks watching and listening. Janelle. I don't know Janelle. Janelle, you're new.
Oh.
Yeah, we did start. Janelle, we're right here. Thank you so much. Blacklist Redemption. We are on. We're here. We're making this happen. We're going to also be joined, not this time, but probably throughout the season by our friend Jody Walker of Entertainment Weekly, because she also does a wonderful recap of the Blacklist Redemption as she does Blacklist. So if you don't know about that, you can check that out on entertainmentweekly.com. Again, I don't know, I'm teasing her because she's great, but she's not joining us this week. It's just me and you, Julia.
Just you and me.
So let's get. We're into the second episode of this Blacklist Redemption.
Yeah.
And we know some. Now we're getting to know kind of what the big question. One of the many questions is, first of all, from a television standpoint, how is this show going to be different from the Blacklist? Not only like in its content, but in its style. I think we're beginning to see that. This is definitely. We saw this in the pilot, but this is definitely a sort of spy thriller, but it's that whole like heisty Mission Impossible-y action thing, right?
Absolutely. It's a different organization completely that we're dealing with, whereas in the Blacklist we are confined for the most part by the FBI and and the legalities surrounding that, even though we have Red, who is, master criminal, which makes it way more fun.
Yeah.
This is not a shadow organization. The government knows exactly who they are and they play by their own rules, as we definitely saw in this episode.
Sure. Yeah, and I like these guys. I'm not ashamed to say that I really, really sort of love this team, and I love, everything
They're growing
about
on
them.
me. I mean, I
Growing
actually,
on you?
they're growing on me.
Okay.
They're becoming a team,
All right.
so it'll take a little bit to understand the characters and how they are going to meld together. But we got some fun, quippy things here and there that showed that they were a team before Tom even entered the picture. So we're getting glimpses of that, which I like.
Sure, and I want to talk, before we talk about the episode itself, I do want to talk about the team because, you have these three operatives really. We have Rowan and Solomon and Keene, right? But we have and Dumont's the computer guy, the gadget guy. But the field operatives, I should say, which are Rowan, Solomon, and Keene, they sort of presented themselves as work for hire kind of mercenary style people. So I'm still confused as to sort of what brings them together to work for Halcyon. Is it just the money?
I don't know.
This is the thing. Again, we talked about how the promos tease they're all looking for redemption, but that doesn't seem to be the case.
I haven't seen anyone looking for redemption.
What do you think's happening?
Yeah,
here?
I don't know what their motivations are. I mean, Scotty obviously saw talent in both of them, brought them in. We saw talent in them in their episodes on the Blacklist.
Right.
So maybe they are looking for redemption. We haven't really done much character study yet. We just see action. We're getting a little character study when it comes to Scotty, but that's about it right now. That's really the one who's most important to me right now. Eventually, I want to see why the show even exists, why it's called Redemption, but we're only episode 2.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not, again, I want to stipulate that I love the show and I think I love everything that's happening with the show, but it's interesting. I do want to know why the show exists, aside from the fact because I don't know why it exists yet. I mean,
Yeah.
we kind of have this sort of larger mystery of Scotty, and her husband and what they're really up to, and of course we're getting to the bottom of Tom's past and why, and there's a mystery there, and then Tom's got the crazy father, and or is he crazy? So there's that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I care yet.
Oh, I don't at all. I was fine. It wasn't until I was driving
care.
over here I was like, oh wait, Howard wasn't in this episode.
Yeah, Howard.
I'm okay with that.
Wait, is that his name? The dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
No, the husband's Howard. I don't know.
Tom's dad.
Tom's dad is Howard.
Howard.
Okay.
/ Scotty's husband, dead husband.
Oh, Tom's dad. Oh, yeah, exactly. He's alive.
Yes.
Sorry, I knew that.
See, you forgot too, because I don't care yet.
Okay, yeah. I so don't care.
Remember
I don't
his big homeland board? and
Yes, of course.
faked his own dad.
Yeah, I so don't care. I don't know if we're supposed to care because they're really doing the whole sort of nothing to see here with these cool sort of gadgets and missions and everything else. And like I said before, if you populate, and James Spader says evidence of this, if you populate a TV show with a wonderful cast, then they can almost do anything. It doesn't matter. It could be a show about cups, and if they're wonderful actors and charismatic actors, I'd watch the show about cups all day. Yeah, this is no exception because I think although we're not seeing a lot of Rowan, Dumont and Solomon and Tom.
Solomon all day.
And
Tom and
Rowan.
Solomon together all day. That is like my favorite part of the show.
It's fun to watch, and Scotty. It's fun to watch her walk around with her expensive handbags and super expensive shoes and looking fantastic and telling
Perfect
people
hair, long
off.
legs.
Yeah. You know what?
Steely gaze.
That's Famke Jensen. She's not tough to look at.
Nah.
She's gorgeous. She's
Yeah.
6 feet tall in real life. You know this?
Is she really?
6 feet tall. And then the heels, she's like my height.
Legs for days.
Yes.
What's that like?
Well, no.
5'7", plus a
And-
little.
I
Wah,
know.
wah.
And she's 52. She looks fantastic. Man,
I
love
gotta
her.
get my shit together.
Me too. Anyway,
I don't wear heels. I'm gonna wear heels every episode from here on out.
God. But anyway, so yeah,
Stupid
which makes
flats.
me do the math because I thought I think Tom is supposed to be 30-ish in this in the
They're in their
series.
early 30s.
And then so she's 52. I wonder if she's 52 in the series, but it is plausible because first the whole thing was like, is it? Well, maybe look if she had him when she was 22 and he's 30, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. Yes. No.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right.
It happens
Okay, it happens
all the time.
Happened to me. Happened to Joe Flippo. Happened to both of us. So it happens. So anyway, that's true. So, hello, Ryan Ninja Steel Thomas. Hello, I'm sorry, Ryan is this
Ryan Ninja Steel
Ivan Solo,
Thomas.
how you doing? Yeah, that's a swell
That's a
name.
name.
Hello.
I like it.
He just said, "Hey, AFTERBUZZ TV, what's up?" So I'm just saying hi.
What
to him. So let's get this episode. So this episode is called. It's about our guy. And I guess the episodes of this show will be about the target or the mission.
I guess.
Do you think every episode will have a person's name? Is every episode about an extraction of a person? Is it a mission? Is it a thing? Wait, how do you think it's gonna play out?
I don't know. I have no answer.
Speculate for me, Julia. Help me out. What do you think?
I think yes. I think it will pertain to whatever the mission du jour is.
Right.
What the focus is. What the procedural part is.
So this time it was about our guy
Kevin Jensen.
who we open with him sort of scrambling, and just looking for something, looking for this laptop, if you will.
Hiding a laptop.
Hiding a laptop, doing all this crazy stuff, and then he is then sort of picked up and
Gets picked up by the police.
They
Where's he? Kyrgyzstan.
yeah, Kyrgyzstan. You know Kyrgyzstan.
Ah, know it well.
Yeah, point to it right on the map of nowhere. It feels like Kyrgyzstan Kyrgyzstan's one of those names that this sounds like it should be somewhere, and it sounds like it should be like you've heard it before. It sounds like it's real. It is so not real.
It's like Kyrgyzstan.
It sounds like
Kyrgyzstan.
But where's Borat from? Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
I never saw Borat.
Okay. Borat from Kazakhstan, which is real. And then you said it's
Kyrgyzstan?
Is that a real thing?
I don't know now.
See, you messed it up. I don't know.
I wasn't a
Kyrgyzstan.
geography major, guys.
I tell you what's not real though.
Kyrgyzstan?
Kyrgyzstan. No, that's
Alexander Kyrgyzstan?
Alexander Kyrgyzstan. No, Kyrgyzstan's not real. But the Kyrgyzstanian police though, They're serious.
seem pretty damn real.
They seem pretty real. They're very upset about this, and they come in. They accuse our guy Kevin Jensen of being a CIA operative,
An international correspondent.
He says.
Oh no, he says he's an international correspondent
for the well-known Empire Times.
Yes.
You know, which is we all know the Empire Times.
Whoa, my God, that's
Yes.
really hard-hitting journalism.
The failing Empire Times, as we call it here.
Fake news.
That's real fake news. So the Empire Times. He goes to this whole thing, and I gotta ask you: in that moment, did you think he's a spy? Did you believe him? At what point?
I did.
Okay.
I did. You know what? I wanted to believe it the whole time.
Right.
But I mean, the explanations that they were giving about the president Ahmad Aberjan and just taking anyone they could,
right,
and locking them up, making an example out of them, locking up anyone who opposed them.
And he's just a curly head kid who's all
so
skinny.
Cute.
He's like, I'm just a journalist.
Just a guy.
I believed him.
I believed him too. I really did believe him.
Did you believe? So as you're watching the episode,
I
the episode
him.
unfolded, did you think the whole time like, this poor kid's just a journalist, or did you think like maybe he is a spy?
Well, I thought maybe he's a spy. He was really, he really needed to hide that laptop, and he didn't run away that well.
He didn't run, but there was that.
If he were a real CIA operative, he would have jumped off that building and landed on another roof and run. And
that's all CIA operatives do.
That's like semester 2.
A good rooftop foot chase.
Yes.
But there was a couple of tells in there. The first tell was when they were in the gun battle in the kitchen. I'm skipping ahead, of course, not going linearly, but like in the gun battle in the kitchen, they're making moves, and he does something. I forget what he does. But
he made a brave move. He went for the guy's gun. The police officer that had
went for the police
fallen.
officer's gun and slid it over to
to Tom. That was a
no,
hot
threw
move.
it. It was the AK-47. He threw it to him, or he slid it to him, or something.
Something like that.
The point is
It was a brave move.
It was a man of
bold
action.
Move.
I saw that. I'm like, wait a second. He looked like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. And the old slip away when no one's looking.
Yes, that was the evasive tactics of slipping 3 trained operatives, which I was like, how's he getting away from these guys? Look over there. Where'd he go? I'm like, come on, guys. But maybe it's because he's a trained CIA.
Maybe, yeah,
okay.
maybe.
All right. So going.
And he was really, he was desperate to get that information back, to get that laptop back.
Yeah,
and I thought, is the story this important?
Yeah,
God.
It wasn't. It's some highly sensitive information. So going back, so we see this in the beginning. Then we find out that it is the son of a very close friend of
Scotty.
Scotty's.
Yes.
And she mentioned Scotty. The interesting thing about Scotty in this episode is, she's super vulnerable. She's a super vulnerable woman who, she's super vulnerable. And so what made me think about that is in establishing who Scotty is and who we think Scotty is as a tough as nails Scotty, to have her be so vulnerable in the second episode, I thought was an interesting choice.
I'm having a little difficult time believing Howard's story. In reference to his Homeland Board of how she really wants all the company to be hers so she can control it and do big, bad, spy-y things and have just carte blanche to do whatever the hell she wants. She's playing it so well with that vulnerability, with that sensitivity. She's looking at the old videos and her eyes are welling up.
And I believed her. I don't
willing
think it's
to
an
do
act.
this for her friend.
Yeah.
And, I was like, okay.
It all seems to make sense, and I think that so many things to ask. So many questions. Okay, so she has a conversation with her friend, and her friend's very much like, get a Black Hawk helicopter in there. I don't care. Get a SEAL team. Do what you got to do. And she's like, let me look into it. She goes to her contact, who apparently is the chief of staff of the White House, Bob. Yeah, she goes to Bob, and she talks to him, and Bob's like, I can't back this mission, and she's kind of like,
stand down.
She's like, you don't tell me to stand down. I'm Scotty. So she goes back to the team and sort of pitches the mission anyway. Here's the question that I have for you, or maybe this is kind of knowing that she doesn't have the backing of the White House, and kind of knowing that this is a difficult mission and almost mission impossible, if you will. She does reveal this to the team, like, this is personal for me.
Yeah.
I know this kid. He used to play with my son, my sweet
To which
son.
Tom's ears perk up.
Right. He's like, my friend.
My buddy?
My bud. And I don't know. It just seems like, does someone in the team, does Solomon or someone go like, we're not doing this. It doesn't make sense, or it's too personal, or all these people just on the take collecting a paycheck, and that's just what it is. I don't understand the motivation. How does this work in Halcyon?
Well, she gave
I
him
say go?
she gave him an out.
Okay.
She said you don't have to do it. But I think that they thrive on this sort of thing. This is what they do. This is what they live for. / also they love to break the rules. You know?
Right.
These were hardcore criminals before. Shooting people up.
Yeah.
No, like nobody's business. Weddings, kidnapping, you name it.
Yeah.
Like they give no shits.
No shits.
Zero.
Solomon shop a wedding.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
that's what he has to do.
I think it's like, ooh, challenge accepted. Sounds like fun. Let's do it, Scotty.
So they go on. So they start the mission. The whole operation seemed great at first. They had a pretty decent plan, and I like again all the tools they have. First of all, that table, the cool table that I want one of these. A big, long, cool conference table that actually doubles as a big, long screen, a touch screen, and you can slide pictures around to each other. I can slide a picture to you, look at it, slide a picture to you. They got one of those at Halcyon. I want one of those. So they got one of those things. We're looking at the pics in the meeting. Other question for you. Halcyon.
Yes.
Not unlike the FBI. Large organization, a lot of operatives, right? Too big to fail, some might say.
Too big to fail with a party of 5.
Giant conference table for 12 or who knows. They got 3 field operatives and one tech guy.
And Scotty, who never sits down anyway. She just stands at the head of the table.
Is that the entire? Is it just like the FBI is made up of Navabi and Wrestler?
Yes.
And Keen.
Yes.
and
That's it.
and of course
Naram.
Naram. Is this the entire Halcyon?
Yes. This is it.
This is it. This is where
all you
all
got.
that government, all those billions of dollars of government funding is going.
I mean, I'm
4
sure
guys.
there's like
Tom better be well compensated.
Susan
right?
in payroll,
I
Debbie in HR.
I need to look at those books. I need to see those books. I don't know. I'm just
Sure, there's
curious.
a secretary here and there.
Yes. Okay.
But as
so
far
that's
as
fine.
field operatives and agents goes, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so they concoct this mission, and
Or maybe there's more, and they don't need redemption like these ones do.
That's true.
Maybe that's just a different conference room.
one of the cool things that happens, I love in Jodie's recap, she called Dumont the sort of the resident quartermaster after sort of Q in James Bond fame. He has a gadget, the cool gadget that you flip up, open the truck, and it looks as if
Cloak and mirrors.
cloak and mirrors. You can't see anything. The payload's back there. That's how they're going to get in. They do the mission as what seems to be planned.
Things seems to be going off without a hitch.
Tom, and Tom, by the way, not bad. His Kyrgyzstanian's pretty good. You think Tom doesn't know Kyrgyzstanian? You got something else coming. That Tom.
It's Kyrgyzstanian.
I like his Kyrgyzstanian is not bad until he the moisture of course it starts to sense the thing. By the way, in a good way, not in a bad way. This is in the best possible way possible. The best possible way I can say this. Who writes this shit? By the way, in the best possible way, like that whole scenario of like, here's how we're gonna get in here. First, we're going to use a truck, but the truck's going to have a special mirror that can conceal the thing, which actually looks dope, but actually it's flawed because if moisture hits it, it's going to condense there, and that's how he's going to get
Illusion will
blown.
be broken.
Like, that's all cool, but like, who thinks like this is what the thing is, and then this is how we're going to have the thing fail, and then we're going to have to do the other thing. Anyway, so that happens, right? I don't know.
I like how Halcyon makes these big moves, though, you know? Like, in the first episode, that whole jet thing, the fake jet, remember that in the very opening scene? I thought that was freaking awesome. I think the idea of this, a big, invisibility cloak like Harry Potter, let's do it. Bring that out. I want to make that work somehow.
So Tom's burnt, and of course Tom's out of there.
They go big or they go home.
They go big or they go home. Tom, they get burnt. Tom's out of there before anyone can notice anything, of course, which is fantastic. Tom's out. He's like, I'm burned. Scotty's like, I think I know a guy who maybe would help us. She calls up her other
Volcan,
the other Kyrgyzstanian homie who seems to know everything, but he does have one request. His super talented, super gorgeous daughter is a pop star. He wants a record deal and a world tour.
So good.
And so
now I want to know who writes that.
That's good stuff.
Like,
and they come,
amazing.
of course cut to of our girl singing as
club.
Britney Spears "Hit Me Baby One More Time," and wasn't good.
With some backup dancers.
Yeah.
Little disco dress.
I'm gonna say dancing wasn't good. Song wasn't good. She's a long way away.
She needs a little polish.
Right. She's a long way away from
But Tom was just, I love the show that they put on for Tom. I love it.
Yes.
I mean, him watching that was just like probably my favorite part of this entire episode.
Well, we'll get this done. Yeah, it was a lovely thing. Hello to some more folks who are joining us. Ivan Soto, hello. Golden Toe, hello. Nice to see you as well. I'm just thank you for joining us in real time here. So yeah. She had some, but Scotty, how does one get that done? Scotty's like, okay, tour, no, because the boo are off stage, but we'll get a record deal. I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
I got some connections. So they get him his gear, not the best gear in the world, but they give him the gear.
3 rifles.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Something just absurd.
They go with the old standby. We're gonna sort of dress up as cops, do that. Again, good stuff.
Yeah.
So all these things are interesting. The execution of all this stuff, I gotta admit, is still entertaining.
Yeah,
like
I liked it.
I do all of this, sort of Mission Impossible, spy, heisty, how we're gonna do it, split screen, all that stuff.
I'll take it.
I like it all. I liked all of it.
I do too.
The plan to get in there, they bust him out. They got to get him out. I 1000% believe Tom and Solomon, right?
Yeah.
And Rowan. I'm throwing Rowan under the bus here, But yeah, those guys, I think can crack me out of prison any day. And I like Solomon's sort of all business. The way he's playing this character, instead of being like nothing phases him in the field, it's all business. If something happens, like, well, that's happening. Even when he's under fire in the thing, he's like, we're gonna get overrun here in about 30 seconds. We need help. All that is really super cool to me.
He's my favorite. He's so dry.
Great.
He has just like this little wry sense of humor in everything that he does, no matter how big or how serious it is.
Right.
It's just the delivery is so on point. He's unfazed.
Right.
He finds the amusement in life. We saw that in the Blacklist as well. That's the sort of guy he was. That's why we loved him. And the relationship, like I said before, between he and Tom
really
is
good stuff.
so funny.
So they managed to do a wonderful escape. They were trying to unlock this door through my man Dumont was trying to get the door unlocked, but he was running out of time to crack that code. Woman of action, Rowan
Nez.
says Nez says F this crap. She hitches the hook to the back of the door, busts the door open, springs them all. They all get out of there. Everybody's happy.
Yep.
Scotty relays to the mother that we have him in custody. Everything's all good, except for the fact that he sneaks out to go get his laptop.
Idiot.
Which we now know as super secret
Had to
spy
be
stuff
done.
on there. But at the time, it's like this guy. Then Tom gives that great speech, right? Of like, you know what? I can't blame the kid.
He risked his life because the work needs doing. I get it.
It's just, if you gain the respect of a Tom Keene.
I get it.
Yeah. I like
Now,
that
do you
stuff.
think he would have had that same reaction had he not known that they were like best buddies when they were kids?
Of course not. I think this is the whole thing we're supposed to be led to believe. Like Tom, the guy who's had no past, has no past, is starting to crack. Like just not like his wife. Like, maybe I want to know about my past. Is he my buddy? What is he like? Do we play Hot Wheels? What do we do?
I mean, he would do anything for this kid that he's basically never met.
It's his best friend.
Best friend when he was 4.
Yeah. So, I don't know. So there's
I mean, my best friend when I was 4, her name was Hemi.
Hemi.
Yeah.
Is she a spy?
She might be. And I don't know if I would risk my life for her now.
Hemi, find Julia. Anyway, so they go find him. He breaks into the place.
I haven't thought about Hemi in so long.
Poor Hemi.
Hemi. Oh, go on.
That's all right. My friend was a guy named Brett Woods. Brett Woods, if you're out there, hello. Brett,
Hemi.
Brett
I don't
Woods,
remember your
formerly
last
of
name.
Diamond Bar, California. Anyway, so yeah, we catch up to him. Tom catches up with him. He's like, "Dude, I got it. What's your problem?" They escape in a car, which was a cool moment. They get out. Only unfortunately to have just
On the way to the U.S.
just as they're making it
Embassy.
to the embassy, they're almost there. There's a firefight ensues.
So close they can see it.
Some things happen.
They're opening the gates.
And I love the sort of the choice. I like how they did that. Like they cut to this sort of dropped out all the sound. Did a song. I forget what song they played at the time. It was
I don't know.
very well done. That was very good. I like what we'll talk about this in a second, but I love sort of how they're doing the stylized action. I think that they're doing standard action, which is sort of standard boilerplate stuff with the split screen and everything else. But then they do cool things like they dropping the sound out and having the music and having the slow motion, moves with Tom and Solomon and the gun battles. And I thought all that was really effective.
Yeah.
I really like that. But of course, good old Jensen doesn't make it.
Did he die from the car crash or was he shot?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I
Do we
couldn't
know?
tell.
I know. I don't know. Andrew Martin, you know everything. Well, did he die from the car crash or was he shot? Help us out on that one. I don't know. You know, it's interesting. Like, but he did. He was very, very, very sad to see him go.
Oh yeah.
We did see the obligatory like,
And
don't let him die.
I love Tom going back for the laptop too.
Yes.
Risks his life.
I mean,
What was it? Because the work needs doing.
the work needs doing.
The work needed doing.
The work needs doing. Nola. And Archie.
Lola and Archie, the work needs doing.
Off camera. So I agree with that. And that was.
I liked that they killed him though. I mean, I liked Kevin Jensen. I liked that character. I liked that actor. I liked who he was. It would have been nice for him to be buddies after all with Tom.
Yes.
Although I guess that wouldn't have been possible because he is a CIA agent.
Right.
But whatever. I like that they sort of set the precedent that not everything's going to have a happy ending in this show.
The very reliable Andrew Martin says he believes he was shot in the stomach.
Oh, okay. I mean, there was
I believe you.
gunfire flying everywhere.
Yeah,
I mean, I totally believe it.
So then they had the moment, I think, which was a bonding moment in the bromance of Solomon and Tom, where Tom's doing the thing, and Solomon has to give Tom the "Come on, buddy, it's over," and like pulls him off, and so sad.
Breathe.
But again, I agree with you 100%.
I wish he had done it.
Yeah, and he comes back up. But I agree with you. I'm so glad they didn't do that. I'm so glad he died. It just makes this. It just look in a world full of, we've seen every incarnation of everything in the world, TV show wise and spy wise and story wise. In a world where they're already kind of rehashing a bunch of heist and spy and action tropes. It's good to see them do something fresh with the storyline, like the asset died.
Yeah.
And then the other twist being, of course, they find out from the CIA and the government that he was actually a spy.
Yep. After all, but you can't tell anyone.
Can't tell anyone, including your friend.
Yep.
And so Scotty doesn't say anything. God bless her. She doesn't say anything, and she preserves the mission, which was I thought all that was really, really dope. And
then her little line of imagine her own son, and she had no idea who he really was, and then she gets the side eye from Tom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and Tom. Yeah, and look, Tom's sad. It's his childhood buddy.
Best friend.
His best friend.
Oh no.
I just found out I had a best friend, and now he's dead.
Did everything to save him.
Damn it. So that was sad. Anyway,
That was sad. They tried.
I know. I don't like the word trope too. Trope. Ivan Soto doesn't like the word trope. He's on here.
Oh, who doesn't like the word trope?
Ivan Soto.
Oh, I like the word trope.
Trope.
We'll agree to disagree, Ivan.
All right. What else? So that was that. I loved it.
It was fun.
It was fun. My question is this going to happen every week? Is this all we got? I feel like I need more. I need more meat on the bone for Blacklist Redemption.
I need some more unpacking here.
I'm rooting for Blacklist Redemption, but I need a little more meat on the bone. I need a little more backstory, front story. I don't know that you can just have me a swashbuckling action heist every week and expect it to survive.
It's gonna get old.
So I feel like if
That gets
if
real
we
old real
want
fast.
this thing to survive as we do, I don't know. Watson King says why she never told Jensen about Jensen died. Oh, that's right, her son. What if her son had gone? She never saw it happen. Someone told her about it. All right. Oh. Golden toe. I won't say it. Moist. I said it. All right. I couldn't help it. You can't say don't say something. Anyway, we got to get out of here. We got to wrap.
I hate?
What?
Packet.
Packet.
I hate the word packet.
All right. Well, it's a trope that you use moist packets. Any predictions? Let's get out your predictions really fast. Go.
Your
I don't really have any.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I don't really have any because I don't really know what this show is yet.
Yeah.
I think we'll have a new heisty spy thing next week, and
Right.
we'll have some split screen, and
Okay.
maybe
Heisty spy. More split screen, more heisty spy
Yeah.
stuff.
I appreciated the lack of the incestuous grossness.
Yes, Jody
That
mentioned
was
that.
nice. Oh, did she?
Yeah, she mentioned like no weird sort of incesty
That was
stuff.
nice.
That's
I mean,
good.
just a little
appreciate that.
side eye is fine, but like going down mom's bod. No.
I don't need to see that.
I don't need that.
I mean, I can see it for me. I don't need Tom.
No.
Anyway. I have no predictions either. I have no idea what to expect, but I do like what I'm seeing. I just want more of it. That's it for this week. Next week, we will be back probably with a full panel, I imagine. So, I don't know. Joe's given me indications that he may or may not do this show.
Yeah, he might not do it.
So, I don't know. So, what you guys, if you guys want to see more Joe Sanfilippo, you should hit him up via Twitter at Joe Flippo.
Yes.
Yeah, tell him, like, we want you back, Flippo.
Yep.
The show's not the same without you. Joe's just not doing it.
Flippo's always right. He'll come back because he wants everyone to tell him how right he always is.
Guys, I wasn't going to come back, but here I am, I'm Flippo. All right. I love you guys all. Like I said, thank you all for joining us in the chat room.
Yeah,
thank you for joining us live.
Finding us.
For watching us on YouTube, finding us. For those new viewers who are listening to us on iTunes and who rated us and found us, thank you very much for that.
Thanks, guys.
You can also find us. Well, I'm Joe Braswell. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Joe K. Braswell on both and on doing Bates Motel and Blacklist for this very network, AfterBuzz. And you?
I'll be there with you with Bates Motel and the Blacklist, and then on Twitter and Instagram with my name, Julia Cearley, JuliaCearley.
That's it. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.